Bum 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 ba dun 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 dun. I watched Galaxy Quest recently, actually just yesterday. Great movie, 1999. Good cast: Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, several other good actors. So one thing about it, one of the good things about it that I liked was the convention scenes. And a lot of people comment on these. They're making fun of Star Trek fans, which they are, and um, some well-deserved fun at times, whatever. But what I really liked was that some of these scenes, all the background characters going on, I mean, all the extras, the non-named characters, people who didn't even get credits. So here's the deal. Galaxy Quest, if you haven't seen it, which you really should, old TV show, basically Star Trek ripoff. It's been off the air for 10 years. The cast is still doing conventions and stuff. They sort of hate each other. I mean, the minor cast gets along with the captain, Tim Allen's character. They're sort of mad at because he's sort of an egotist. And group of aliens have been watching because our signals that we send out make it out to space. They think it's all real, so they want the Galaxy Quest crew to come and save them from a warlord. And hilarity ensues. So that's the main plot, but it starts off with them at a convention. It ends with them at a convention. And the convention scenes I like. These are really good. And again, like I said, a big part everyone comments on is it's making fun of the Star Trek fans, which it does. But, so let's step back again. It's a movie about a TV show where the actors go off and they meet real aliens. There are two races of real aliens in it. There's the Thermians, who come and ask them for help. And then there are the, what are they called? Fatu Kray, which Warlord Saris is threatening the Thermians, and so the Thermians want them to protect them from Saris and the Fatu Kray. Sounds good. Okay, so that's sort of the basis of it. Now, within the show, of course, it's based on a made-up TV show. They, of course, have their quests that they do and, galaxy or adventures, whatever. And there are aliens in the show. Now, we only know of one of them. One of the characters in the show, Dr. Lazarus, is a, what is they called? They are called the Maktar. And so they make reference to the Maktar once or twice throughout the movie. The rest of the show aliens, they're just there. We don't see, we see a few clips from supposedly from episodes of the show, but we don't see anything really major. It's just it's a made-up TV show. So they show one or two supposed clips from the shows. There are aliens. We don't know the names of any of the alien species from the show. However, at the conventions, there are people dressed as these aliens. If you watch the background and you look carefully at all the extras, you can tell, oh, there's a specific race of aliens that we don't know what it's called. We don't know, anything about them. Are they good guys? Are they bad guys? Whatever. But there are fans of the show dressed as aliens walking around. And there may be 3 or 4 different alien species you can identify. These are the people who made the movie made up these aliens for the show so that fans could dress as them. And that's all we know about them. And that of them by itself, it's like, that is the level of detail they went in making this show, is let's create aliens which aren't going to appear anywhere in the show just so people can dress as them. And then they got the costumes for the shows. So they have the official cast costumes, NSCA, I believe, is the name of the group they work for. I don't know what it stands for. But they got their official costumes, and the stars, they've got their, they wear them when they go to conventions. And then you've got the fans which dress as them. And so you have people who buy the official costumes. Then you have the homemade costumes. Because at conventions, not everyone wears the official costumes. And people, cosplayers, they make their own costumes. So, for the sake of the movie, they designed costumes for them. They made official costumes for them. And then they made imitations, rip-offs, whatever, of the costumes for the fans to wear. So, for instance, there's one scene at the beginning, Sigourney Weaver's character, she's posing for a picture with like 6 to 8 fans dressed as her character. Tawny Madison was her character's name. And so we have all these girls wearing these costumes which look like her costumes. Some of them have bought the official costume. Some of them have homemade costumes. And so, again, when they made the movie, they made the official costume. Then they made costumes based on the official costume of varying degrees of accuracy. And that's one of the things that made the movie good, was these little details like that, which I never thought about it until I watched the movie again the other day. And it's almost worth watching again just to see these little details of what's going on in the conventions and stuff behind, all these little extra details. Again, this one scene, one girl had, it looked like just a red jacket with electrical tape to fill in for the markings of the official uniform. And you'll see that in real conventions, And then you'll see other people who spent all night sewing a costume to look authentic. You'll see other people who bought the official costume. Just varying degrees. And again, let's make a movie. We'll design a costume, and we'll just make various different versions of the costume to show various levels of interest in the people making them. Possibly the most unreal thing about the movie was the number of people in costumes. General convention, probably less than 50% of people will be in costume. In the movie, about 90% it looked like were in costume. So that was like the one unreal thing, was the number of people they put in costume. But even then, you overlook it just because of the detail they put in. So like I said, this movie was made 24 years ago, nearly up to its 25th anniversary. I know from the title you might think there are actual Galaxy Quest conventions. I've never seen one. I would like to actually see people dressed as Galaxy Quest characters at a convention someday, just because you don't. And it doesn't necessarily, again, a group of people going around dressed as Thermians and, talking like this and, all the other things, just because it's a thing that just doesn't get done. There's a lot of cosplay stuff I'd like to see, which is another video altogether. This one is, despite, like I said, despite the title of this video, I've never seen a actual Galaxy Quest convention. I've never seen people dressed as Galaxy Quest characters at a convention. I'd sort of like to, just because it is a great movie. It would sort of be the fans making fun of a movie, or fans tributing a movie which makes fun of the fans, which I think it should exist. That's all. Never surrender, never give up.